Well, you brought it up already. We got to talk about Lady Marmalade, potato. Because, I mean, that was gigantic. Absolutely
Yeah.
huge. And so, for people who don't know, it's Christina Aguilera, Mia, Little Kim, and Pink. That was a Ron Fair production, right? So,
And actually, it started out as a Missy Elliott production,
oh, right.
and Missy was actually the one that coordinated most of the artists, and then Missy did it in coordination with my dear friend. If you have a chance to call him and hire him, I would highly recommend Rockwilder. He was did the main production, and then Ron Fair was in charge of everything. And Ron always contributes production ideas and mixing ideas and everything. Ron's one of the most brilliant people I've ever met. I've learned a lot from him. And still am, by the way. I still do work for Ron.
Yeah.
But that was a really difficult mix. I'm on a mix now that's a real difficult mix. But it was kind of an interesting thing. But I'm real proud of that, the way that turned out. I know we have a time crunch, but the
No, we don't.
cowbell.
We don't have a time crunch. Are you kidding?
Okay, the cowbell in that song. You remember Mountain, Mississippi Queen?
Oh, absolutely.
I
Yep.
ripped the cowbell off from that. That's the cowbell from Mississippi Queen in that in Lady Marmalade.
It's all cool. I'm sure you cleared the sample. That's all good. No one's gonna, you know. You didn't just start a big lawsuit. That's amazing. Because cowbell, it's one of those things, man. I mean, I love that there's a Saturday Night Live skit about, using it as a joke. But the records that have it, like I Can Hear You Knocking, the Chili Peppers on the song they
Yeah,
used, and I like, it is such a thing when it's done right. It is just for the
yeah.
ages. It's incredible.
Most people don't know how to play a cowbell. Coming from a culture that's pretty good with rhythms.
Yeah.
Um, in claves, they'll play a clave like I can't reach a pen, but they'll play a clave like this. But you form a sound chamber cup, and you put your clave there, and then like that, and then as you flex that, you can make the different tones. And so it's not just click click click. It's click click click. In cowbells, you have to hold a certain way, and you have to. If you just hold it by this, it's actually a cowbell. If you hold it in the right way to mute things and mute certain frequencies and play it, just watching a good Latin musician, it becomes an instrument at that point.
Yeah. So, but that's all you want to talk about on that one? Is just the cowbell? Come on, man.
Well, I can tell you a couple of things. Um, One of the problems, I think Ron and I spent, and Rockwell and I, Missy was in. I think Missy had left the country, and so she couldn't actually participate, other than Ron sending her dailies to listen to and stuff. But the thing I found interesting was, I don't think this is bad to say because I've never really talked about my clients, but I guess after 25 years I might be able to talk a little bit because it's not a negative thing. I think it shows their dedication to their craft. One artist would come in and go, Dave, can I redo my vocals? I'm like, well, that's a Ron question. So we cut the vocals. Then the next day, the other artist would come in to listen to what's gone down, and that artist would go, did this person change? I'll just name names. Did Christina redo her vocals? I want to redo mine. And so we went on this 6-day level where Ron just had to pull rank, and then we finally sent something to all the artists, and Lil Kim said, I love everything, but when Missy introduced me, she didn't say Lil Kim, and my name is Lil Kim, not Kim. Well, we had trouble getting in touch with Missy, so I worked on a project with this girl. I think Ron knew her too. In fact, it was a project for Ron. Maybe I was working on why he knew. So she was walking down the hallway. We grabbed her, and she just said Lil, and I put that in. That wasn't really a thing then. And then I've never said this out loud, and no one knows this on earth except for a handful of people, but I slid a little bit of rock guitar underneath it. I put a little bit of guitar
Nice.
into that. Nobody knew. Just enough to give it an edge.
Nice. That's great.
But
So how long were you working on that song? Like
6 days.
6 days. And ostensibly mixing, or you knew you were going to be doing programming and all sorts of stuff too?
Well, I never go into a project trying to do anything other than mix, but two things happen. I just get these overwhelming feelings that this needs to be this way, and I can't go to sleep until I hear it come through a pair of speakers. Now, that doesn't mean that the people involved need to keep it, because half the time they don't like it, and I'll save it for another time. But I always, when I do something that's semi-major, I always never play that for the artist until they like the mix, and then I'll say, "You mind taking a listen to this?" And they go, "Oh yeah, I like that." I'm like, "You want to keep that?" Yeah, let's keep that. Or they go, kind of does this kind of. Cool, and I get away from that real quick, and then because I don't want to change the vibe in the room.
Right.
So that's kind of the way I try to work. And then as you know, you've got clients that give you more freedom than other clients, and some clients are enhanced to demo, and some clients they want you to take it to not just a better level, but put your input into it, put your creativity into it, see what you can come up. By the way, I'm that way with mastering engineers. I love mastering engineers that send me back something different. You'd think that I'd want to have exactly what I sent them, but
well, but in that case, why would you bother sending it out?
Because I can't do what they do. I always come back. Like I can't. Well, I can, but I don't know if you're this way. But when a client has a tweak, like I've spent so much time with this record. When you ask me to change something, you're actually asking me to make it worse, because I think it's the best it can be. Now, I'm real good at making things better, but I'm not so good at making things worse. So a lot of times I have to consult with my assistants, like, is this okay? Is this okay? Is this good? Is this good? But I like taking chances, but I think it's disrespectful to change somebody's mix without an environment where that's going to be acceptable.
That's funny, because I'm the opposite of that. Where if I get a mix note, it's because I've screwed up. Like I've just got it wrong. So, I got to go fix it now.
Well, what I do is I try to live with the rough mix enough to where I start to like it a little bit, or a lot, depending on the circumstance. And then I start mixing, and I spend the first, like my assistants have my mixes set up for me, so they're all organized. So all my backgrounds are together, all my strings are together, and they're all going through an aux. So if the original balance for the strings was something the producer and artist liked, I preserve that.
Yeah.
But once I get to the auxiliary track, I might alter the strings. I might I've been known to sneak in some pretty serious effects on strings, like flangers and stuff. But $60,000 string section, I'm putting flangers on. But hey, c'est la vie. And I try to work in such a way that I'm not trying to sound good. I'm just trying to get something going. Just commit, and then once you commit, now you can see what you've got. If you're just focusing on kick drums, you're not focusing on the important part of the process. So you might work on the drums as a whole inside the context of the mix, and then when you get it pretty close, you can go in and isolate different elements to expand something. Like I spend a lot of time on kicks and snares, for example. I spend way too much time on vocals, but it's like think of it as a block of marble 6 feet tall and 4 feet on each side, so it's a big rectangle, and there's a statue in there, and so to get the statue, you just got to take away the shit that's not the statue, and that's kind of the way I think about the process of mixing.
Right. That's funny. That's the yeah, how do you do a statue of an elephant? Just get rid of everything that doesn't look like an elephant.
Can I borrow that from you?
Yeah,
like
my grandfather used to say that all the time. He was I mean, for a living, he did something else, but he was an artist. But that was one of his jokes that he